Okay, so if you recall my previous video about spam, Oh crap. I think I got infected by one of the link I clicked on. Well, luckily for me, there is a magical beautiful place called the hospital, built specifically to help people in my situation. So, if you allow me, I'm just gonna see a doctor very quickly and...
A few moments later.
We need to talk about hospitals. First of all, if God didn't grant you the privilege to be born in the American USA of America, aka the freest country on earth, you'll have to make the horrible choice of choosing between a private or a public hospital. Now, between you and me, if you want to have a chance to feel the American experience, I could only advise you to choose the private hospitals. You might not have the luxury of getting your surgery refused by a random insurance company, an insurance company that you paid since the birth of the first man, by the way, but the price will still be higher than at a public hospital, even if not by so much compared to what is done in the motherland of freedom. But I'm getting carried away from the subject of today's video. So instead of focusing on the brilliant pile of trash that is the healthcare system in the USA, let's focus only on our main topic, the hospital. What really surprised me about hospitals is the fact that from one place to another, it's run totally differently, as if the quality of a hospital was only determined by pure randomness. I mean, don't get me wrong, hospitals are essentially always the same, you know? Like one big building where you could find doctors to heal you. But what surprised me is the fact that whether you really need it or not, any appointment with any doctors will look like playing the roulette at a casino. You could either be accepted for an appointment tomorrow or be given a date so far away in the future that learning to be a doctor yourself seems to be a faster alternative to solve your problem. Now, let's say you manage to take an appointment and it's finally time to enter the big building. There is always something to catch my attention if the hospital isn't too cheap, and this thing is the smell. I'm pretty sure you know what I'm talking about. This very specific strong smell of bleach, alcohol and auto cleaning products used in order to sterilize a place. And by the same occasion, to hide as much as possible the presence of the, let's say, less pleasant others in the hospital. Beside the smell, the nature of a hospital makes it quite unique when you think about it. I mean, technically, this is a place where people are born, cared for, and die, all at the same time. It's like if the whole cycle of life was there from the beginning to the end. So, you could absolutely end up in a situation where, when wandering in the hospital from one floor to another, you could see people crying tears of happiness, while others cannot contain their sadness. It always made me wonder how the nurses and the doctors were able to withstand all of this, and that's why they really do have all of my respect. That being said, this doesn't forgive them for some of the most awkward situations they sometimes put you in. Like, imagine you finally arrive in the hospital for a surgery. There is a high chance that you will receive one of the most outrageous outfits to wear before entering the operating room. And for those of you not knowing what I'm talking about, let me present you the most elegant outfit invented by doctors. The unique and only medical gown. I understand that these clothes are specifically designed to allow doctors and nurses to easily access any part of your body if needed during a surgery. But the simple fact that the only thing keeping you from being completely naked is a small string designed to be easily removable isn't something I really like, especially when I'm asleep. I mean, that one could just be me, I don't know, you tell me. Now, if you survive your surgery and can be discharged from the hospital, there is a high chance that you'll experience the full hospital hospitality. And this includes a fully booked night, cramped with 2 to 5 strangers if you're a peasant, to a whole single room just for you if money was never the source of a problem for you. Depending on which one it is, you may have one of the quietest nights of your life, maybe only disturbed by very distant noises, or you'll be wake up every single minute by one of your temporary roommates trying not to die. By the way, this is also something a little bit paradoxical about hospital. Essentially, you're there to be healed, but hospitals are also the only place in the world where the percentage of sick people is so high. I wouldn't be surprised if some people go there for something and get something else when getting out. But hey, in the vast majority of time, it doesn't happen. So I guess doctors and nurses are doing a pretty good job compared to the cooks. Because there is one thing that seems to be very often said on the internet, and it's that food in hospital is garbage. Absolutely terrible. Personally, I don't think it's that bad. I mean, you're there to recover, not in a gastronomic French restaurant. But some hospitals seem to try their best to reach a limit of what is considered food.
Ugh. Brother, ugh. What's that?
Now, I have to warn you, this is technically the average hospital experience, when you were lucky enough to get an appointment. But here is the funny part. What if you actually need to see a doctor, but no appointments is possible? Or what if you ended up in an accident? Well, if this happened, you'll have the chance to unlock the ultimate edition of hospital, and will be led to the emergency room quickly. Or not, because going to the emergency room is a totally different game if the waiting room is empty or as busy as a train station in Tokyo. You heard me well, when you enter the hospital for an emergency, you'll understand pretty quickly that your emergency emergency might only be an emergency for you. Like, I understand that some people exaggerate and go to the emergency room for any reasons, but be warned that the moment you arrive, whatever is your emergency, even for an important one, you'll be compared to other patients and will only be treated when all the more dangerous cases were dealt with. That also means that even if you had to wait 20 minutes, the moment someone with much serious injuries arrives, you'll be asked to wait once again for who knows how long. By the way, if your injuries are too serious, I was told that hospitals were kind enough to send you a private driver to bring you there. That's so kind of them. They call them ambulance, and you won't have to pay anything for it, except if you live in the freest country in the world. In that case, even if you cannot walk, crawl on the ground and don't let them catch you. Whatever they tell you, otherwise you might never recover from that financially. I mean, I guess if you're rich it's okay then, but it's like for everything in the USA. Money is the solution to every problem in this country. Finally, if you survive your trip to the emergency room, you'll actually be a member of the close circle of patients who live the full hospital experience. Not that it's something to brag about, but it's still something. So you can be proud of yourself. If you found what I said interesting or entertaining enough, please subscribe, click on the bell, share, and tell me in the comment if you agree with me or not. I'll let you go, but before, don't hesitate to go check my other videos. Have a nice day everyone, bye.